So here is Representative Louie Gohmert. Now, you understand that there has been a huge amount. I think The Intercept did a great piece on this just yesterday. I think it was Lee Fong. On just how much industry money has poured into the coffers of Republican lawmakers who are now trying to figure out how they can pass legislation, stripping the FCC of the authority it has under the 96 Telecommunications Act to classify the internet as a communication service, and thereby make sure that it is a service that is available to both consumers and content providers without having a gatekeeper who owns the pipes favor their own favored content maker, let's say. So in other words, Comcast, you stream their stuff on NBC or whatever it is, when they finally come out with their NBC streaming service, it's not going to be significantly less jittery than the one that they do for CBS, just as an example. So here is Representative Louie Gohmert of Texas, really taking offense to how Tom Wheeler thinks he's some type of Zeus. Here it is.
I heard you just say Congress asked us to look at the rules. What from Congress asked the FCC to look at rules regarding the Internet?
The 1996 Telecommunications Act.
Oh, so it was recent. That was 19 years ago. You seized on that to say Congress was asking you to look at the Internet 19 years later. Well, I would submit to you that something in 1996 had nothing to do with wanting you to take charge of the Internet. And I would also thank you for your willingness to leave some room for exploratory business models and new business models. That's really so gracious of you, because before the FCC stepped in, everybody was able to explore new business models. The only difference is now you're playing God with the Internet, saying, I will decide. We'll leave some room for you to come up with new business models. That's not your job. The court said that in January 2014, and you can change the wording around, but it doesn't change the facts. And Congress is not asking you, was not asking you to take over the Internet. So I want to make that clear. You find something in the last 4 years where Congress has passed it by elected officials of this country and said, please take over the Internet, then that would be good evidence before this committee. But until that happens, some of us, most of us in the House and most of us in the Senate do not want you to decide who gets to develop a new business model and who cannot. And I yield back my time.
You're not Internet God. Any law that has been passed prior to 4.5 years ago is invalid. And there's no law. We're not 19 years ago. That's almost 20 years. 19 years ago is fully 2 years longer than 17 years. The Bible does not say the Internet took 19 years to build. It said it is 4 years is the number. Sir.
We don't pay attention to anything longer than 4.5 years ago. Don't you read the Constitution?
4 years, God has said, that is all that Congress shall deem. Yes, ye verily shall not carry the staff of the FCC chairmanship. God said that.
In the valley of the shadow of entrepreneurship, you will not defy thee.
Look at you. You're going to now let the whole internet be free, just like God. You think you're God, don't you, sir? 2 by 2, you're just going to let them all onto the ark of the internet. That's why I love Louie Gohmert being sarcastic. Thank you very much.
That's what made me so excited about the
Thank
clip.
you. Oh, Mr. Tom Will in your big suit. Hello, sir. Look at me. Oh.
That's what made me so excited. Oh, well, should I kneel and pray to you now?
Oh,
or
my
later?
God. Oh, look
You're
at
the
you.
Lord
Look
of the
at you
internet.
wearing your fancy tie. And I guess that makes you internet God. The funny part, though, is that I don't know if it was that 2014 case or there was a 2012 case where the court literally said, look, your schemes to create this net neutrality don't work because you're trying to put a square peg into a round hole. And you have the ability to put a square peg into a square hole, and that is to reclassify. And it is within the FCC's purview to reclassify the internet as a communications carrier, as a common carrier. So the court actually literally said the FCC has that power. But I don't recognize any court decision that happened before 11 months ago, as God intended, the real God, not you, Mr. Tom Wheeler thinks he's internet God.
We all know you only read the second graph in a legal ruling. He was a judge.
I know.
He was a judge. That's how every story about Louie Gohmert should end. The man was a judge. And it's one thing.
But Texas, they vote, right? I mean, don't they vote for the judge or
I
something?
think that may be the case. But I'm just saying, because what I want is obviously at some point I'd love to get to a point in America where people like this, we had barely any Republicans left in Congress. Congress was cleaned up. And I would still want to slot about 4 or 5 people like Louie Gohmert
Definitely.
slots.
Definitely.
Because on some... I mean, it would be too...
Oh, so you want a slot for Louie Gohmert?
No, he wouldn't even understand that. Oh, I appreciate your ironic condescension on your New York Jew radio
hello,
program.
sir. I guess since you are talking in front of a microphone, you're a god of the radio.